What's up, guys? This is Blake with Relentless Growth Mindset. Live relentless, never cease to grow, change your mindset, change your life. Let's jump into today's topic. I'm going to be introducing a new segment on this channel. I'm probably going to call it Blake's Bookshelf, where I'm going to try and review, give a quick summary, and make recommendations for great books that you can read, because as I mentioned in one of my first videos, books are so powerful and such a great source of knowledge, and if you're not reading books, if you're complacent with what you know, you're quickly becoming outdated. And whether it's a brand new book on the market or some of these very proven books, there's just so much knowledge out there to be explored. But what I realized as I was preparing for this was that I don't always really retain what I read so well. So I've read this book, that book, and the other book, and I was like, oh, well, I'll just explain good to great because this is such a great book. And then I was like, well, I don't really know what I would say exactly to illustrate that book and really capture everything inside it in a quick and concise way. So as I stormed through this process, I tried to find ways that I could better retain what I read, and I want to share that with you. So the first really simple thing that a lot of people do is, one, either have a highlighter or a pen handy, and for myself, as I'm reading, if there's something that really sticks out to me, I highlight that point. Other people take notes in the margin or put little asterisks next to stuff. But what this does is when you're reviewing the book later, you can flip through and every 20 pages you see some bright yellow highlighted passage and you read that and it rekindles in your mind why that was so important to you and some of the information that surrounded that key point. Another thing to do is to discuss the book with someone. If you know someone else has read the book, or if you're reading the book with someone else, talking through and getting another perspective as well as sharing yours really can reaffirm what you've read and perhaps challenge and even improve the knowledge that you get from that. And if you don't know anyone else that has read the book, try and explain the book to someone. Say, hey, I'm reading this book, and maybe they'll ask, or maybe you can just go on a tangent and explain it to them. But a lot of the times when I read this book and then someone asks me about it, or I try to explain it to someone, I really have a difficult time. But if you can synthesize everything and in a clear and concise way describe the book to someone, it's going to stick in your head a lot better. And these are just a few really easy things to do, but are so powerful in helping you to retain the book. Something that takes a little more effort that I personally try to do, but I'm not great about, is to write a quick summary of the book once you finish or while you're reading it. So what I have right here, Good to Great by Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, is an absolutely amazing read. But it's a very dense book and it's hard to get through, and it's hard to retain everything that's in there because it is so packed with a wealth of knowledge. So as I read that book and after I finished, I took notes on different concepts and different things to implore into my life. And as I prepared to do book reviews, I went back and I looked and I read through these notes. And for one, it was really empowering because it rekindled everything that I had, all the revelations I had while I was reading that book. And then two, it just reminded me of everything that was in there that had kind of been pushed to the back of my mind, and I'd been inundated with new and different information, and these things had kind of slipped through the cracks. Another thing to do is just a complete book summary. So I just finished The Speed of Trust by Stephen M. R. Covey, and what I did as I was thinking about this channel was I just typed a synopsis of the key points in that book by going back and looking at what I'd highlighted while it was still fresh in my mind, and as a result, the key points in that book I've retained a lot better internally. And two, next time I'm thinking about that book, I can go back and rather than having to flip through every page or try to reread it, I have a 2-page summary that I can read in 3 minutes and pretty much remember all of the key points of that book. So I don't know about you guys, I know with fictional books people read them over and over again sometimes, but with business and personal growth books, which are more my interest, I very, very rarely ever read those more than once, because you're just going to keep hearing the same points, and yeah, that's great, and it's going to drive the point home. But in the same breath, if you just took the couple extra minutes to really get it the first time, you could be filling yourself with knowledge from a different source. So these are just a few quick tips that I hope are really helpful in helping you in your reading journey. If you're still not reading books, start reading books, because books are so powerful. As I release this Blake's Bookshelf segment, I hope that I can make some great recommendations and encourage you to read some of these phenomenal books that I've read, and then I can also get feedback on great books to read in the future. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope this video had a positive impact on at least one life out there. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can stay up to date with future videos. I try and upload one every Sunday night, so there's something to kick off your Monday morning. Please like this video and share it with someone so that they can grow too. Links to all of my social media accounts are in the description if you'd like to follow me there. Like I said, thanks for watching. Have a great day, guys.